Welcome everyone, this is Evelyn, and I'm going to continue from yesterday. My video cut off when I was in the middle of my video yesterday, so I'm going to finish that read for you, as well as a shorter one from today and the cards that were on the table for you yesterday, because there were some beautiful messages for you here as well. So let's go ahead, just a quick couple breaths. You can go ahead and do that on your own if you'd like. I'm going to roll the die, see what will come up for you. It was 737 as we started here, which is the Chariot and the King of Cups. That could be a Cancer King of Cups as well. And let's see, we have Mars. So some aggression there. We have Taurus. That could be a little bit of stubbornness as well. And then we have, and Mars is Scorpio, I don't know if that's Aries too. 11 is Justice, which is Libra, Truth and Balance, Alignment. Now, I just wanted to make sure that was Mars and not the Sagittarius die. So, yeah. Like there's just this need to balance some bullheadedness with Mars there. And again, Taurus in the North Node. Where are we today? Today, I think the moon was in Virgo yesterday. So maybe that went into Libra today, I'm not sure. So there's a lot of Venus there as well. Okay? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. So let's see what comes up here. So we stopped around 4:04 yesterday, and I was just going into the read. And for those of you who weren't there yesterday, this is the read that we were doing. And we got down to the Crystal Angels deck. The top one is Journey of Love, and then the Wild Animal, Unknown Animal Guidebook. And then the third one is the Crystal Angels deck, which I'm starting with, okay? And then we have Metatron and my half deck of Rider-Waite at the bottom with mostly characters, so it's just half of the deck. For those of you not familiar, it's the underlying energy on the left. 3 cards are usually pulled. Sometimes a 4th will come out, and then other cards that want to come out organically come out. I use that for numerology as well as wrapping up the information from the 3 cards that came out. Okay, I actually did this already. I probably did about an hour and a half of video that didn't get recorded earlier, so I'm doing this again for you. I'm sorry it didn't get out earlier. I tried, and then I was a bit too tired to do it right afterwards, so it is working right now. I had to dump some space on my my equipment there. So just before the Crystal Angels, I'll start at 3:58 because I did note 3:58 the time at the end of the video. So it was coming up as the wise old bird taking them out, creating more light and watching out for them, so the lion can relax and feel themselves again. The king of the jungle without a care in the world. It's a dog's life, watching the world go by from a safe place. Lion's mane, really stealth, getting away with it because they're so beautiful, or rendering you or them unable to see you or their true motives, or a secret knowledge, or using beauty as a secret weapon, expecting the attention. So then we started with Sujilite, was the first energy in the underlying energy. To own your divine power, replace people-pleasing behavior with assertiveness and empowerment. Topaz for forgiveness that heals to release repressed anger. Emerald of ceremony and celebration. Rites of passage, pass age. Peridot, life lessons, asked to know the lesson and blessing they contain. Rubellite, passion and purpose. And ametrine, balancing the masculine and feminine. And then the energies from the words were coming up as top or to the M, which for me is co-creation, or that can be the source energy of Imana, which is the Pleiadian she-god. And then Peru was also coming up, but also per you, be angels, me trying, or trying to come together. So again, someone's saying, please be a patient angel. I am trying to come together. So I looked up Peru on foxnews.com, and there's that migration crisis at the Peru-Chile border, which intensifies as hundreds remain stranded trying to get back to Venezuela. And I did post some cloud pictures today, so check them out, because there was some border energy that came up there. But the whole situation was regarding Chile launching a plan to boost state control of the lithium industry. And there's like a triangle they were creating but leaving Peru out. And Peru is like the second biggest copper manufacturer. So Peru is now developing a lithium mining projects. And I guess because Chile was coming out with that information, Peru is coming out to counter that information regarding lithium. And again, trying to get attention for mining those things. And then we continue with the cards. Garnet came up, and then names were coming up. So garnet comes up as purifying and detox, but also names like garnet, and rose quartz then came up for your love life. Opal for let yourself sparkle. And the other names that were coming up were Kenny, Lamar, Amy, and Rose, and Schwartz. Holtzman could be coming up as well. Oh pal, oh mine, this could be old friends coming up. And the Rhine, which is the Swiss river coming down from the Alps to the Austrian and German borders. So I don't know if there's something going on over there as well. Kuan Yin came up there too. And she had come out with something else as well. And Protestant or protesting energies as well. So pure love that sparkles, with the opal. And then the opal was also aligning in the cards with the cheetah energy, which is, loads of energy about to pounce. Amethyst being your real true self, to plug in and feel more. Clear quartz for the beaver, to let self feel all of your emotions, not just the good ones, but all of them, because you give a damn. Again, the beaver, the hard worker. And then fluorite for the lion and their natural beauty. Opal, me, our friend. A to Z, clear and flow, right? The underlying energy here at 431, which is the emperor and the group. The 2 of reflect and receive in the purple moon, and time out needed, especially for the feminine here. With the 52 queen of swords with priorities, balanced chakra system, and opening of wings. To breathe, again, opening of wings, and the 34 of the energetic exchange and arrows of love, with the ancestors bringing you appreciation and healing. The divine feminine transition of light and dark, higher self and Lady Liberty and Big Bird, back and forth on the journey of purifying the ego from orange to gold, Metatron sound to Michael and Christ's golden white light. At 435, the Emperor and the Wounded Warrior. A pound on the ground as the sky lights up. So again, that energy of pounding into the cement and it cracking in all directions, the reverberations. The bridge between Lady Liberty and the journeyman, or in other words, Staten Island, to the land of the free and home of braves, or masons and jars are male goose or gander, and restless natives, or to be au naturel, and AU is also gold, or some jam perhaps, so somebody might be jarring jams. At 440, the 0 backing up the 44, the Hercules energy of her harvest, but also the 4 of the Emperor and the 40 of the Page of Cups. And right at that moment, I smelled paint thinner or turpentine, and I had nothing like that in the house. So I looked up turpentine, which is from pine resin, distilled until clear. And in our history, we have used it as a medicine for depression, wounds, to stop heavy bleeding, to kill worms inside, as well as infection. At 444, pine tar is still used today for rashes and skin issues and antiseptic, but of course it's used in a more purified medicinal way. The first card out here was the 37 of the King of Cups, to detach from drama and look up. The 28 of karma and untying the knots, and double diamond grid and the stars that you are, like the Star of Bethlehem. The 2 of you coming together creates that 3rd star, that bigger one, that supernova between you. The 30 of the 4 of Wands and the silver 4 of Wands and warrior of light, pulling out each sword, one word thought, one at a time. Mercury and communications were very strong here. As Uranus, Mercury, and the Sun were conjunct yesterday, I don't know if they're still conjunct, they may be. The King of Cups and Twin Flames, home and union here. The Journeyman and the King of Cups, or father and son, or grand perhaps, or wanting a son perhaps. A need to look up to see the light, to let go of conditions and see the light that is created in your differences, your reflection of what is. The Four of the Emperor letting go, time for release, or angels are leaving. The King of Cups needing attention, perhaps going home to find stability, with the number 12, which is the Hanging Man, and Akashic Records, and an open book test to see new perspectives. And right at that moment, I was getting this message that the reason why the cement that I want to get up in my backyard, it's an old slab of cement that needs to be taken out. And the first guy who tried wasn't able to, he didn't have the right equipment. But a little bit was taken out, and they were telling me that needed to happen to kind of introduce it before the whole thing happened. Like it's like the light, you take it a little bit at a time, to get it started so that your body can accept it when it comes next. That kind of energy was coming up. And that was at 4:51 and 52, which is the King and Queen of Swords, and the 4 of the Lambda Leap, or the Emperor, and stability. And then the energy of 30 for 30 was coming up, but it was coming up 30 for 12. And 12 is also a 3, like 30 is. But it's also the Hanging Man and wisdom and seeing new perspectives. So I'm not sure, that might be a specific message for someone, 30 for 12. That could be a home for someone to hang out in as well. 4:54, the Emperor and the Page of Swords, and masculine review. And right here at the top of the page, it was 4:30, yesterday's date, and then the cards came up 34. So again, it's the stability of the home, and is the home what creates the stability? And 30 is also that union energy. The 27 of Metatron and the Rainbow Bridge, as the Ace of Wands, the wind beneath your wings is always open. The men build bridges so that angels can fly. The sound of thunder that supports Michael's strike or light, or stroke of luck perhaps, or bridge built here between father and son, as father lets go and feels their way, or son realizing that their bridge was always there. At 5 o'clock on the dot, 00 is backing up the 5 of the Hierophant, the underlying energy of the lovers, and the Page of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, with the 6 of Cups, twins, soulmates, or besties, or kids and the Queen of Pentacles, mom, or older siblings, with the Grim Reaper or Dark Knight, 2, the Knight of Wands, as the Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles, with Scorpio and Sag between them, or the Queen of Pentacles getting past any obstacles or pleas that they put up to get in their way, or differing styles, or the clash of the Titans. But Olympus are stellar. The Olympians are, again, there's this generational thing with the Titans as the older generation, and then the Olympians being stellar here, they're good. There could be a family or all siblings hitting the road together, or the King of Pentacles is on their own, apart from them, to inspire themselves. A death and coverage, or ending to a relationship and coverage, with Gemini, Scorpio, and Cancer, and lots of Earth here, hitting the ground running again. The 507 was the next time, the Hierophant and the Chariot, as the Magician, the World, and the Hermit, DNA, natural, and all lit up, or natural lighting here, as the Page of Wands is excited to manifest big, or come full circle, or with the Divine Feminine, or a neighbor, the World, or Pisces and Virgo, or Hermit, grandparent or advisor. There could be 2 Virgos and an Aries here too. The Page of Wands is inspired by the Magician's spread, or their tools out, or wants their DNA, or an exam here, or examination table, or excited for finals to get done, or see the results of the work they've done on themselves. Polarized fire, and then earth, and then there's the energy of water being in the middle, or using them to advertise their work at 5:14, and that date came up specifically before as a significant date, so May 14th. Graduation or live competition here, perhaps being scored in a presentation or demonstration, or holding up to show what they've done, or sizing up their God-given gifts. With DNA strands, the divine masculine skills and divine feminine skills, with 2 sticks in one, or X's and Y's, or people noticing how good they feel when they're around them, or the twins. At 518, which again is change, freedom, and expansion, or the Hierophant, and the 18 of the moon. So the Fool is free here, as the Queen of Cups is focused. Capricorn Devil or Temptation waves as the Page of Swords steps up with a little message, or Gemini Page of Swords to the Queen of Swords, or the Queen of Hearts in her professional role as opposed to the Queen of Cups. Or someone is really happy here that they waved, right? Really excited that someone waved at them, and that could be someone famous as well at a show. With a flurry of messages with the Queen's Gambit, which came out of the blue, which is a movie about an orphan addicted to being the best chess player in the world, and again, being strategic here. Or Aries, Capricorn, and Queen with a message for the King of Cups and the King of Swords, who may be being smug here, with the Emperor, King of Wands, and Justice in court. Looks like the Queen of Cups versus the King of Cups, with the Queen of Swords and King of Swords lawyers. And the Emperor and the King of Wands may be witness, or Aries judge, or Libra, and or an official on trial, or state's or city's attorney or prosecution, referencing that it's not a private attorney, that it's public there, not private representation. So at 526, the changes with the Page of Wands there, or perhaps through 26, the High Priestess, Knight of Cups, and Page of Cups are here. Perhaps sister and kids can't sleep or are stressed. Or High Priestess Pisces or Virgo is offering love to the Page of Cups or the little one when they don't feel well or have nightmares. Or the Queen of Wands can't sleep, with the Knight of Swords barging in, and the Knight of Pentacles making an offer, but the Nine of Wands wounded warrior won't budge or listen, as the Empress is sitting pretty, waiting for a choice of path to be made, or to come to an agreement or get on the same page. Could also be grown kids making arrangements to connect, with the underlying energy next to the deck was the energy of true love from Romance Angels, where the first card that came out was give your relationship a chance, you are soulmates, forgiving and learning, and then stay optimistic. Again, trust and faith were coming up at 532, which was the end of that message. So I'm going to now give you the read from today, and then I'll give you the read on the table. All right, so this was from today, and that top deck is Metatron and the tea leaves, both halves, and then we have the Lenormand Reverie and the Kipper deck both together as one deck, and then my half deck of Rider-Waite, and then this isn't the Wild Unknown, but not the Oracle deck, this is the Tarot at the bottom there. Okay, so I'll pull them up a little bit so you can see better. All right, so this was done today, this morning. The cards were pulled from the decks from 1019 to 1028. So we have the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, the 19 of the Sun, 20 and 21 is the Judgment card in the World, and then 23 and 24 is the King and Queen of Wands, with the 26 to 28, which is referencing the Page of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Two of Wands. 28 is the Twin Flame energy. The cards at the end, those numbers were 11111. So 1111 is Twin Flames. That's the first entry in Gematria. But the fifth one came up here as well. So it's this energy of the Twin Flames plus 1. But it's also coming up as, you know how you draw 4 lines and then you draw the 5th line across. That was coming up for whatever reason as well. It's like the 5th is the fifth, the one that is the culmination of the 4, like the elements. So that ether isn't a 5th, it's the culmination of the 4. So the number 23275 also came up. New Hope came up, as well as Huntington Valley. The King of Wands to the Seven of Pentacles, or the Divine Feminine's heart, reaping rewards, as the King of Wands is inspired to change or to freedom and commitment at the same time. The Battle for Your Soul, oh, this was coming up from Gematria from 5 wands. Battle for your soul is real, not a joke. The controllers of this world are not just about the money. The philosophy of insane sickness, and I think it's supposed to say rise, but it was RIS, to the top, has implications which they, the elite, understand. So that was the first entry. The second entry was thunder and lightning, as I talked about Metatron and Michael, is going to come down on you if you don't leave my woman alone. Thunder and lightning is going to strike you down if you try to break up my home. 232 came up as Satan, Santa, climate change, boss, Memphis, Dominion, election, Kansas, and Collins, and Pinocchio, which keeps coming up as January, as like people saying when hell freezes over, and then in January hell freezes over, so it actually happens. Hope and change, gospel, Oregon, hermit, the black hole, the healer, and homecoming. Manufacturer or provider of, even though I pay full price for everything. Oh, I think this is coming up as the other number. 23275. The gematria entry came up as everything I buy. It doesn't make complete sense, but you may get the gist of it. Everything I buy is used to promote the manufacturer and provider of them, even though I pay full price for everything. I get everything I get, I buy on sale because I am thrifty and I have limited resources, and yet. So that's what it said. And then 275 came up as good night, inflation, missing, and rest. And good night came up again, tiara. I don't know if that says meme or mama. I can't read my writing. But we start at 1047 with the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Cups, and the 47 is also the heart to the crown, 4 to 7. The underlying energy here of evolution, the unicorn, the cat, 13 of wealth, or the wealthy man, the Knight of Wands, which is 25, and the Five of Pentacles, which is 73. The Page of Cups, sweetheart, birthing the new, to use your intuition, unicorn, to make beneficial changes with two-faced cat. Scorpio or transition of wealthy man, and the Knight of Wands rushing back to Scorpio or dark night, or to help with the transition, the Five of Pentacles. Two lovers out in the cold or in exile, or two left behind, or homeless, destitute, sick, or injured. The wilted rose, or after rose they couldn't sustain. Perhaps Scorpio and Saggy, or dark night and unicorn. Baby or new cat or kitten. Or a miscarriage, perhaps, and I'm sorry for anyone who's experienced that. Or the Queen of Swords, patient angel, sharing with the homeless, or those struggling and left behind, and all that was at 1052, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Swords. At 1055, the Ace of Swords, the underlying energy here is the duality of 23, which is the King of Wands. So he keeps coming up as his passions are still off balance. That's what he's working on this year in 23. The Six of Love and the 40 of Evolution, as the King of Wands is in need of balance of his passions, regarding the aqua rose gold mother's heart, and the child of love, family, and the Page of Cups, the sweetheart, the high heart. And the first card out here is the 26 of the Page of Wands, the lion's heart, and the life bulb, phased array with the sun, the pink of self-love and nurture and compassion for oneself, the 39 of the Knight of Cups, and the emerald green healing of the physical heart, and the 47 of Thanksgiving every day, of blessings and thanks before and after each healthy meal, full of different colors, fruits, veggies, and grains. From 4 to 7, the heart to crown, abundant universe. Just one verse in the multiverse, song or poem. And then cornucopia is coming up here, the horn that you cope with. Now then. Or here now. It's like comforting yourself. And it was ultimately coming up like cry, you toxic ass. Somebody's yelling at somebody. And again, it's like cry to get the toxicity out of you. At 11:10 was 31 and 2, the transformation of light and dark, to review and reflect especially for the feminine, was coming up here, timeout needed. And then at 11:11, chaos of the sun filtered into the shadow pack using intuition and transmutation, alchemy, in the purple moon. It's not just the sun and the moon, as we just passed the eclipse and we're coming up to eclipse on the 5th again. It is the golden sun and the purple moon, which are the colors of royalty. Royal colors at 11:13, justice and transition, the underlying energy of the February winds of change. And again, this is underlying, so the past February. The candle in the wind, you were shown the way. The apple to tempt you, and the kangaroo and Joey, unsettled times and the need to plan, with a kite and a vacation with unicorn, using your horn to make good changes. Candied apple and kite in the wind, riding on the unicorn, of course, the amusement park or boardwalk perhaps, where you can be a kid again, and Toys R Us, or Little Roo. Perhaps you had a February conception or birth, or tied the knot, or knot with a friend, or unable to untie a knot and unsuccessful plans. At 11:19 is justice and the sun as the underlying energy of the tower and the kite and the crown or the unicorn, or sudden vacation and honoring, July victory, or this could be July 5th as well, in some endeavor, perhaps Ram involved, or Ramsey, and one of my cloud picks was coming up as Rammy as well, or the Hierophant, change and freedom. July creation, a journey and carriage with two-faced friend or cat, or perhaps the two-faced cat is your twin. Perhaps your cat is bipolar and doesn't like it when you leave, right? They have two faces they show you. Or crowning July 5th after Independence Day, or the July, which is Jew's lie, May 5th at the lunar eclipse. May 5th was coming up here, showing true colors. The first card out here is the bull. Do not back down. Show your strength and fortitude, along with the bowl that has plenty of material or material things. And then there's the crib, the birth or conception of a child or enterprise, or perhaps your home, your crib. And at 11:26 of justice in the page of wands, the club, and someone trying to make you do something against your will. The star with guaranteed success, but take care or shark will take material wealth. So watch out for abuse and or attacks. The star draws all kinds. So just to be aware of this, right? Because you want to stay balanced and not get triggered. So at 11:28 is the alignment with the 28, the Two of Wands, or the Twin Flames, and the underlying energy of the 24 of the Page of Cups, reflecting swans, and the 35 of the Nine of Swords and the Wounded Warrior, ungrounded and or cutting anchor as the 14 of the Fox, the 9 of Wands, Wounded Warrior, leaving the hen house or the country, or jumping ship, jumping from the fire into the frying pan, to catch a thief perhaps, 24, the Queen of Wands, or a child who stole from them. Two sides of the Queen of Wands and the Wounded Warrior, perhaps the same person. Perhaps Sagittarius is all over this energy here, perhaps Scorpio child or wealthy man as defense, or caught themselves, a wealthy man, to defend their childlike behavior, or their actual child, or Scorpio, or Saggy Scorpio. So the first card next was 28, the loving man with a rose, a bull, and a knot, and the Page of Wands, or Lion's Heart. And then 16, 16, and 10, or sudden stars, the Six of Cups. Again, the double diamond stars that create the supernova in the middle, destined with the man with sudden thoughts of her, and destined journey of twin and towers and high vibe train. With the 30 next, the King of Swords, wise nature and spiritual union, and the 42 of the Two of Cups in need of direction. At 11:49 of justice and the Nine of Cups, the underlying energy here was the Wounded Warrior and the Hermit taking a look. With the High Priestess satisfied, and tempting message from the Page of Swords, as the Queen of Swords speaks to the Queen of Cups, lover, or a loved one, with the Page of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles, or kids, and the King of Swords with the Empress, and given a choice of meeting with the Page of Cups who may not be sleeping or is stressed about doing the right thing. And the Knight of Cups offering love to the Chariot, or to drive or travel at 11:52, Justice and the Queen of Swords, or Libra feminine there. With the Page of Wands and the Queen of Wands, to Justice or to court, or to meet up with the Knight of Wands with Justice, death, or an ending between, or Libra Scorpio surrounded by fire, or being grilled, or at the firing range, or barbecue perhaps. So 11:55, with the Truth, whole truth and nothing but the truth, with Justice. The Six of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, being strong to make amends, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed or falling out, and is that the best offer? The Emperor's upright and the King of Wands, thinking up a plan of attack, or on how to tackle a job, or perhaps transport. With the King of Cups reversed, looking to be free, as the Magician King of Pentacles comes full circle, with the Knight of Swords, or plan of attack, or delivery, or a message. Truth be told, so the Knight of Pentacles knows how to proceed or go forward. At 12:03, the Hanging Man and the Empress, or abundance perhaps, are coming together. The underlying energy of the Sovereign Nine of Pentacles detoxing in a breakup or lack of love or affection. With Gemini and Capricorn both reversed, and Justice of Two-Faced Cat, or Libra upright here, that could be the mediator as well, still in cocoon stage and not ready to come out, with the Queen of Swords being wise and patient with work and alignment, getting their ducks in a row, to share or be charitable with those with less than or having a hard time. And at 12:06 is the Hanging Man and the Lovers, with the Strength upright of the Lion, with a fresh rose, not a wilted one, and the King of Pentacles in a heated exchange, or just delay after delay and coming clean to get clean, or to clean up the act or their space, or just clean up a job as well. So with the Two of Pentacles and Two of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and then the Nine of Cups, which is reversed, and then the Tower, juggling with a choice, or juggling a choice, telling the truth in order to get satisfaction for sudden work to happen, or explosive energy or traumatizing work as lightning strikes, or that again, that energy of the pound on the ground. So there's a need here to come together, or this could be bad influences, but a need to come together with the King of Swords reversed and the King of Cups reversed, right, which is an energy you want to deal with, to look back at the Page of Cups upright, or Pisces perhaps, and a loving message with no reply, or perhaps ignored, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the High Priestess or Pisces between them, or Tigress keeping quiet, not wanting to get involved in a dispute between them, the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So two could be partnering up, and that could be the Queen of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. Maybe they work together, or they're two kids or friends that are earth signs. But two partnering to drop their responsibilities or burdens, or confessing to the Emperor upright, or tree, or the control, or ground zero, ground control. Again, somebody's boss perhaps, or their father or grandfather, whoever the controlling factor is here. So using what's little left, the Four of Pentacles, or to make amends with a deception, or at the new moon, or getting up early, or the Divine Masculine opening up about deception or issues with having a parent, perhaps with dementia or Alzheimer's, or lunacy issues of someone going crazy, with the Empress perhaps, or two sides of the family, and having to answer to the Emperor's tree, and yet deal with the Empress at the same time, who may be making them nuts, or laying down burdens to the father and laying down every last cent for the mother, or to the mother. As the Queen of Cups is reversed and the world upside down, or feeling sad with a child, or has to go back to school, or with Pisces in chart and an opportunity perhaps, or the Page of Pentacles child is helping their mother, or a codependent relationship between them, with Taurus and Leo at the end here, both upright, and the Hierophant exposed or taking a break, and the Crow with a new key to happiness at 12:28, the Hanging Man and the Twin Flames, or choice of path. At 12:29 then, with the Three of Wands and being present in the moment or looking back, then what was coming up is now I've got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. So that was coming up. which was interesting because someone else was saying they just got a new key to the house, and I just changed keys recently. So there's a very significant thing regarding that. And spiritual happiness was coming up there as well. Perhaps suddenly a tree comes down, and that doesn't have to be something negative, but maybe a neighbor had their tree cut down and you weren't expecting it. It may be a good news. So, yeah, let's just get to, I'm at 35 minutes. That's not too bad. There was definitely some other information I wanted to bring to you from the other stuff. Let's see here. Let me give you this read on the table first, because that was just from yesterday, right before I tried to do the video. Because there was just some really beautiful energies that came up here when I pulled them. So the underlying energy was the thorns with 31, which can be the group or conflicts or play, but obviously it looks like the conflict of the thorns and the crown of thorns on Jesus's head. Weathering the challenges ahead will bring in new and positive future here. And then the 3 cards here that came out were the star 29, again being in the present moment. Again, there's that like Star of Bethlehem. And Sirius was also coming up in the east right now. Hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity, along with the Fool. And you see is a man with his dog, and he's got his backpack for the shadow, and having the courage to embrace change, take risks, and be adventurous. Again, take that leap of faith, but be wise at the same time. And then there's the Lion of the 16 of sudden events, and that roar of longing for what their heart desires. Harnessing the loyal and protective aura of the Lion and charge ahead magnificently. So there's a lot of power right there. And we have the 29 is not a major arcana, but there's this energy of the star, which is a major energy, along with the Fool and the Lion. You know, it's like finding, it's like, you know, kind of going on a retreat with themselves to find their inner yearning. The call of the wild. So then I pulled from the Lover's Oracle, and this is just the underlying energies, which I wanted you to see, because it first broke at forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, that life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. And the other cards that came up after that on the way up to the top is Twin Flames. Your passion ignites. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you've shared with those you love. And I'm not showing you the other side. I always forget to do that. The Twin Flames picture is this. And forgiveness is this picture here. Okay, really beautiful energies. All right, and then we have manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. And there's like the family tree, really beautiful. And then power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. Okay. And then the cards that came out for you guys was, when it comes to matters of the heart, there's no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Transformation, your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. And here's the picture of both of those here. So you get the energies there. And then from this one, which is Messages of Love Oracle cards, the underlying energies were the apology, that you can expect an apology. Self-care, clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. Again, rebalance yourself. And vulnerability, you can be completely open with this person. So there's beautiful underlying energies. And then what came out for you was mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson. Here and now, your true love is already a part of your life. And stability, this relationship can stand the test of time. So really beautiful messages there. All right, so I am going to go back because I have some time. I thought it would take me longer and I wouldn't have enough energy, but I am going to bring you some more of my reads. So we started with this. This is from the 28th, and I was just pulling from the SIRIAN Starseed deck organically as it came out as a storyline. Okay, so that's the message. And this started at 1019, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun, from the SIRIAN Starseed deck. The underlying energy of the Knight of Pentacles proposing to transition through the ring of fire, as lightning strikes over the sea where the ship hovers, from he to her, the Bengal tiger, through the lioness's fire, bursting through to the other side, hitting the ground running, where nowhere to hide. Black out by the creek in the woods, so had to feel their way through, to Budic Sphinx, that little minx, with Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus, which are all fixed signs, and Aquarius going missing, and guidance needed. So at 10:49 is the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Cups, and peaceful dolphins swim of the Divine Masculine's heart in the crystal bat cave. The Knight of Swords with 5D underground message to maiden in tears in the woods, lost by the creek, wanting to meet, but no one showed, or deep regrets, unable to face her covering his face as she does the same, both of their heads down, but both in separate places, and yet the same, perhaps just over the hill. With the Ten of Pentacles, Garden of Prayer, crystal lined in the waning moon, coming down from the eclipse, a tidal wave building, and the energy of Venice and the gondolas coming up there. The gazebo as well, perhaps hoarding or putting a lot of stuff in the gazebo or a shed. Or is that a fancy shed or shedding of the snake skin? Romancing the crystal stones and surrendering to all before the new moon, which is on the 5th. Or not the 5th, that's the full moon. So the new moon would be 2 weeks after that. So that would be around the 19th or 20th. So at 11:03 is the Page of Pentacles, curious how to use crystals. Groundbreaking, stone-breaking plant, or diamond in the rough, or choosing which one to offer to the divine feminine's heart in the E-Tower, as he uses the sun to charge them in a DNA experiment with Adam Ant, or damn it, Janet. And so there could be an ant named Janet here, but again, it's bringing up Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is, right, someone from another planet. And again, January ET came up here, and also ET can also mean and, right, the continuation, there's always more. Cancer and Libra and the Ten of Pentacles family as the Knight of Wands with a slow burn and the crystal skull. The Justice of Two Hearts surrendering, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands amidst the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles sovereign, which could be, a wealthy family. The Chariot hits the ground running, not using eyes, but sight, insight. At 11:19 of Justice and the Sun, getting wish and dreams, coming true, bringing good news to magic lovers from her secret garden, and boxes of flowers and crystals, and the pure wise owl. And Collateral Beauty had come up here. And if you've never watched Collateral Beauty, you must, because it's a beautiful movie. So as I turn the page at 11:21, the Blower's Daughter comes up, and that was from Closer, which I've also told you to watch recently. Of magical rainbows and northern lights, puff the magic dragon and the Southern Cross. In color my world, as time goes on, I realize, and I might be dating myself, but this is like for me from junior high school, just what you mean to me. And now that you're near, promise your love that I've waited to share, and dreams of our moments together color my world with hopes of loving you. So that came up. As the energetic exchange and arrows of love turn in on themselves, becoming the helm, the ship's wheel, the ring of fire, the 0 point, of the abstracts of love, time, and death, which came up with Collateral Beauty. That was in the movie. L, T, and D, which is also limited time, only by exchange back and forth, round and round. The toroidal donut spin, when turned on its side, becomes the apple of my eye. Aye, Capitan, per capita, capital, and cap it all to realize gains, or GAINS, which is gay, which is happy, and then INS, NS, which is normal saline, which is a human being, the happy human. Or Fort Gaines, Georgia, or Gainesville coming up, Gainesville, as in Athens, the Governor Kemp signs the HB 88, the Coleman-Baker Act. The bill establishes a unit in the GBI to review cold cases, so opening another cold case department. And that was from onlineathens.com at 11:36. So then I went on to continue another message from my SIRIAN Starseed deck. So this was the continued message. He and her covering their faces and then feeling their way out to the creek and resting in the waves at the beach. The Queen of Cups with guidance, with stress, sadness, anxiety, and the need to get away. The Queen of Cups in the falls with glass in hand and Buddhic Sphinx, guidance, or sage and guide. As the Seven of Swords is passing downloads in this deck from 5 to 3, which are both Taurus energies of the Hierophant and the Empress, with 2 men watching. Look, it's a bird, it's a plane. Twin flames hanging in balance to share. With the 3 of Wands present to flame, the 6 of Cups, the higher self of the Divine Masculine's heart, and the 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or community on a roll or high tide, night and day, full moon and sun, Andromeda, which is coming up as Andromeda, or father who's dramatic, and Pegasus, of course, the sun, where Pega has lots of definitions here, as well as sus of Pegasus, which is to strike as well. So Pegasus comes up as divine, as magpie flirt, 8 challenge the bull, or the bull whisperer, female Zeus, to strike in disbelief, take root and leap. Atlas leaves the wounded warrior behind, with 1 flame left for the 2 of Cups waiting in the light. The hermits in the high cave, Tibetan service for 9 underground, with light pouring in, an indigo prospect, or an indigo proposal, and surrendering to it all. And Enceladus also came up, the giant from the Titans. And this was also coming up with Hercules. Remember, Hercules earned their spot in immortality, right? Because they were either said they were half human, or that they became half human when they were sent down to Earth for some punishment, right? So this energy of Hercules, they wanted the human DNA. You know, here's that experimenting with DNA coming up regarding Hercules. And so why do I always talk about Hercules being her harvest when Hercules was supposed to be a strong man? Well, this came up in the message that came up here. So remember, Hercules at death was brought to the heavens in the chariot by Athena. And Athena is also a child of Zeus. And remember, Oceanus is the eldest Titan, ruled the seas, and passed their power or baton on to Poseidon. So at 12:19, Cancer hit the ground running, with chariots of fire rolling in. The Titans wave as Atlas's grandchild, Hercules, rolls in with Athena. Athena in disguise, the Page of Pentacles, Curious One, the Egyptian star, sovereign catch of fairy tales, and arrows of love leading the way, divine lovers through the storm, lightning and thunder rode, all aflame. As reason would have it, the emperor tossed their false hand, or AI, and the Knight of Cups in the green room, lined with visions or accordions of all of his dreams, and the steps to take to get there. And it was just taking me into the movie. So again, in Collateral Beauty, one of the things Will Smith does dominoes, right, as therapy. So the accordions I just spoke of was bringing up that picture of the dominoes, where you push the domino and these tons of buildings come down. From the wave in his coffee cup to the infinity pool to the spiral stairway to heaven and beyond at 12:51, the Hanging Man and the King of Swords. So Enceladus was one of the giants back in the day of the Titans, where the Titans are just like the grandparents, and the Olympians are the the next generation. And the giants, I'm not sure where they fit in, except they say they have the same parents, so it's confusing at times. Because the giant Enceladus is offspring of Gaia and Uranus, the earth and the sky. And just like Zeus and those guys, right? So Enceladus was versus Athena in the 6th century BC. And now Enceladus is Mount Etna in Sicily, as they lost and became the mountain there, which causes it to quake, which is so funny because I was just in Mount Tremblant, which also has the history of the spirits causing it to quake. Ultimately defeated by Zeus here, the thunderbolt cast by Zeus and then burying him as the mountain, known to cause earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, Mount Etna especially tremors. So Saturn's moon is called Enceladus and also is considered, I guess it was NASA, most likely location in the solar system to offer inhabitants of some sort. And then from the collector.com, the Titan Iapetus had 4 sons, Atlas, Prometheus, Epinetus, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, and then, is it Menoetius? The answers there, and here it was saying from the collector.com that they are the ancestors of the first human. And they defined each one with their attributes, saying that Atlas had brash courage, that Prometheus was scheming, Epinetus was stupidity, and the 4th one was violence. Kronos was the strongest of the Titans, enjoying the golden age under his rule, and now that being referenced because now we're going into another golden age. At 144, again the divine masculine and the 44 of Hercules, I broke down Enceladus, and EN for me is code for JC, and then we have cell, and then AD after death, and us or the United States. So the energy of the giant page was what came up overall, and JC, or the toroidal field, to watch over us. So we're going to get into more about Athena, but in the next read. So I haven't forgotten about that. So then we went into so here's the next read, and this is the Journey of Love at the top, the tea leaves, each half, the Lenormand Reverie and Kipper decks combined, and then my half deck of Rider-Waite at the bottom there. So, all right, so you have the Journey of Love at the top, the tea leaves, and then at the bottom the Rider-Waite. Okay. So the numbers at the end of these piles came up as 12123 and 121316, and train was coming up. The divine masculine, divine feminine leap, the leap 2, leap 3, leap 6, the sun hanging man and the mother lover, the mother daughter home, the divine masculine, divine feminine transitioning suddenly, and 2 hanging out in mother nature together, hitching on to their train, right? So leap to completion with the King of Wands and the Empress, or sudden event, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Gemini, or Virgo, perhaps. At 1106 of Justice and the Lovers, and the underlying energy was the 61 of She Loves, the Torch 27, the Angel, which is 14, 27 is unexpected income or incoming, as some of you may be getting your refund checks this week, and the King of Swords, 51. So 61 is all about taking risk. She taking risk to love flame, to light the torch, the patient angel inspired by unexpected income or incoming person or package. The copper or penny, the queen, and again, copper was coming up with Peru. The queen, an exchange of hands, and we have the coronation coming up, with the King of Swords, or her passion for soft-serve chocolate or chocolate mint swirl cone. And she takes a risk to love through awareness and understanding that she is guided and protected. Excited for unexpected incoming or incoming King of Swords, to inspire in different ways, 2 sides of the same coin. Descent, chaste and pure of intent. Her secret garden, his secret cave, in. Too excited by the angel in the middle, perhaps Kuan Yin here again, with bun on top. So I went here to look to see about Kuan Yin, and she's definitely seen with a bun on top at times, but I wanted to see for sure if that's who they wanted me to reference. And Hebe, Zeus's youngest, came up here as the one who's always seen with him as an eagle, which is kind of more of a protective fatherly role as opposed to Zeus. So that's the youngest child with Hera, goddess of youth, seen with father as the eagle at their side. And Athena sprang from Zeus's head. So Zeus swallowed her pregnant mother to prevent Athena from taking over, because he was told that that would happen. So this is perfect, right? Because Athena sprang from Zeus's head, born of his intent and imagination. She fought for justice and righteousness, unlike Ares' hothead. She was Zeus's favorite and even let her use his thunderbolt. Athena was the virgin, and Hercules were both Atlas's grandchildren. Athena is Hercules. A tribal bun through her helmet above her head. As the cap of invisibility was also used, the dog skin of Hades. The helmet or cap was offered to Athena, Hermes, and Perseus to use. It's like Uncle Hades allowed them to use his hat. The Uranian Cyclops gave Zeus the lightning bolt, Poseidon the trident, and helmet to Hades, which is Pluto, in the war with the Titans. Helmet of Pluto, or Orcus is another name, those who conceal their true nature. So again, this is another attribute of Athena. So the story's coming up that Athena is Hercules, that Zeus actually wanted a son, and Athena was the perfect son, but she wasn't. She was the virgin daughter. So it was coming up that Hercules wasn't actually a new son, but actually her persona of a human and a masculine at the same time, where she could use her cloak of invisibility to do this. So Zeus, Poseidon, Hades are brothers. Athena used Eris in aiding Diomedes to injure Hermes, who was Hermes, was he at war with Hippolytus the Great? But anyway, outing Diomedes to injure the god of war with a spear. Buns of Bronze then came up from Insider.com about Disney's Hercules render. And there was this thing online about the inside secrets of this, 1997. Hermes the messenger with winged cap, Athena with the owl, again Zeus, coming in as the parent role. And remember, Athena was related to the Trojan horse too. Again, the cap of invisibility, to be able to get in. Zeus makes Hercules' winged horse companion, Pegasus, out of clouds, which are the obstructions, but they never last. Zeus and Hercules have matching medals. So the baby has the necklace medal of the clouds with the thunderbolt, and he has it as what holds his toga together. Zeus is pinned for toga, Hercules with the necklace, and again the symbol of the gods at 11:59, the 11th hour, literally. The minute before 12, before the clock strikes 12. Hercules birthed from Zeus's mind as Athena, a man and virgin with invisibility capabilities and adding human DNA. So Hercules came after Athena, Athena as a man, to carry her father's thunderbolt, and Pegasus of clouds, actually Uncle Poseidon's son, seen as a burden. So cast into the clouds, again invisibility of the bolt and the cloud, and her harvest, his helmet, and the invisibility cloud to protect his lightning or thunderbolt, the eagle, the bull, and the oak. Zeus is sky and thunder god. Zeus is also the youngest. Lightning discharge moves very fast, while thunderbolt is a horrific or unexpected event. The flash along with the crash and clash of the titans. So Hebe with the eagle at their side comes up again here, where Hercules could just be Athena, the baby, with the eagle, not the bolt at their side. So it's referencing all of the personas of Zeus as a father to them, right? So being the youngest child allows them to be the baby. Being Athena allows her to be the grown daughter with her father's respect. And being Hercules allows them to get his respect as a son of his strength, that he is, worthy of his father Zeus. But again, being the baby, being able to have him for a father, not just a warrior, So at 12:19, the Hanging Man and the Sun, the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords, both with bolts, and little angel on their side. Kuan Yin, which means born of the lotus, goddess of mercy, she was originally, get this, male until early 12th century. 1,000 arms and eyes, the goddess of the southern sea, the Indian archipelago, is compared to Virgin Mary. And again, there's that reference to the Virgin Mary and Virgin Athena. And this was coming up from holymountain.com, holymtn.com. She who always observes or pays attention to sounds. She who hears prayers. And again, this is referencing Kuan Yin. And the lady who brings children and crosses the waves. And again, her helmet is very similar to Athena's. So this reference to Athena and Kuan Yin. So then we go to she is the moon, 21, the 13 of gifts received, 19 of Shakti, and 23 across the waters. And then she loves, all in the underlying energy, 61. The world completion and transition to gifts and Shakti sun, the warrior female, the shock of source, and again, the reference of the feminine god like the Pleiadian Imana. The shock of source is the king of wands across the waters that she loves. Pisces, Scorpio, Leo here, naturally feminine and warrior if needed. Watery, but fiery within. The 6, the 46, and the 53 here of the lovers aligning as angels of Jupiter awakening, and Jupiter is Zeus. Daddy's angels are daddy's little girls. Just for a moment, joy with youth and receiving light with the Knight of Swords legacy of light and lightning off the clock. Jesus, I Zeus, and Michael of lightning as Metatron, a much bigger voice that resonates across the land, softening with sweet Sandalphon and Saint Dolphin in the synchronized swim. And then the comparison of how quick light is as compared to sound comes up, was coming up as the triggering the sound of the bullet. That light is 880,000 times faster. Notice the 88 there at 12:48, the Hanging Man and the 8 of Cups walking away within. And that sound must have a medium or air. The speed of light is constant, but sound is dependent on density and the temperature of air, its medium. Normally, that statement here is based on 761 miles per hour at sea level and 59 degrees, again, the 11th hour of 59, where the humans have broken the sound barrier many times at supersonic speed. But nothing is known to be faster than light. But to resound from within is a whole different story, is the message I was getting. So the first card next at 12:55, the Hanging Man and the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. The 42 of the 2 of Cups and the blood dance, 1-to-1. At 1:04, the Masculine and the Emperor, or the leap to the lambda leap to source, to father, and the underlying energy of the bird perched, waiting for news, a letter or package, wind chimes for peace and harmony, and the arrow of or on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. The archway of new paths opening up, the cloud, and the clouds that are only temporary problems, with the torch of enlightenment here, and the lobster's pinch, and the claw, to be careful not to take risks, with the ring in a marriage that will take place in romance or business, with daggers in a tense situation or feeling the expense, with 2 cards then, the rat and the hand. Perhaps someone's working against you behind your back, and if you need help, raise your hand. It looks like some heavy work that costs perhaps sharp objects or tools. And who's the rat? And then the mini deck. So we have the Queen of Swords reversed, holding back a reply, with no contract or wounded warrior on guard, who made an offer, but did they get 3 others, with the 2 of Swords upright keeping to themselves, and the King of Cups reversed, emotionally detached, and withholding from the King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles, both reversed, or playing hardball with the King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles until the Knight of Wands as an action comes back from the Queen of Cups, or her action is returned at 1:30, the masculine and the home. Taking a risk and in presenting the truth, or the triumphing over the kids playing in the sun, coming together in joy to hang out, to work hard under the King of Wands. The risking the truth exposed, to come together to see a new perspective on how much work it is for the King of Wands, or the King of Cups who's reversed, who may be withholding marital funds until the Queen of Cups takes action in a divorce and the wounded warrior is tired of their silent treatment. The Queen of Cups wants to take a risk in a tell-all, or truth to kids who are socializing and hanging out, or slave labor under the King of Wands, or perhaps a father. Perhaps Leo will come together with Pisces or Capricorn and do the work. With Death reversed and the King of Wands upright, may be good, but dead tired of juggling home and or driving, or performing and doing home or parties to drive them home, or they could be losing their patience here, or the fallen angel losing their temper after home run or a visit with lover's bliss, or the worst now over, in driving to a dependent or someone who's powerless or just lost power, money, and independence, and the High Priestess upright, or powerless sister, or looking in the window to see what they have, which is not a good energy there. Scorpio and Saggy both reversed versus Cancer upright and Pisces upright, with synchronicities and options, but the unknown factor and a need for peace, destined to keep the golden goose in check as the hermit sheds light while reaping rewards, or perhaps a pile of junk, or Libra and Virgo destined to come to an understanding at 1:45. So the underlying energy of the King of Swords upright with good news, the 2 of Cups 1:1, and walking away from the Emperor upright around the neighborhood, or Aries, Pisces, and Leo, or the Emperor or control energy with Pisces and Pet, or being strong with someone who's very depressed, the Queen of Swords reversed, or the Queen of Swords reversed could be someone with Aquarius in their chart. The Devil raises their hand post-war or virus, healing a disappointment as the Knight of Cups is offering love to the Page of Wands reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, as the King of Swords leads to the one-to-one connection with the 8 of Cups reversed, uncomfortable, walking away from the Emperor or the control of the neighborhood, perhaps strong, or Aries, Pisces, and Leo, child or pet, standing between the King of Swords and Queen of Swords who's reversed, so he thinks. Like he may think someone's standing between them, but it may not be what he thinks. At 1:53, the masculine or magician, and the 53 of the Knight of Swords, the underlying energy of the bouquet, the scissors, and the flowers. So somebody could just be cutting flowers or making bouquets. Or creating something. And admire with disappointment in some affair, with happiness with a fair woman, and boastful, arrogant rooster. You should not cross, though the angel here has spiritual guidance and protection from harm. The first card out here is the older man, the heart, and the other man. There's a deep love between them. Perhaps an older man who's in a pinch, or whose son is their pride and joy, so don't mess with his boy who's kind and loving. Or feelings for older man and another man, or estimates and exchange of hands And are their hands clean? At 2 o'clock, double zeros backing up the 2 of the Divine Feminine. So the one card at the end here is the funnel, a period of frustration and lessons to be learned in the blood dance or blood brothers, a rat in your midst, or swearing in as the devil, or the rat one-to-one with Capricorn asking for help, or again raising their hand, they need help. And at 2:12, somebody could be worried about, getting ratted out too, perhaps a kid who's worried about getting in trouble. Or 2:12 is the feminine and the hanging man, or wisdom, and the underlying energy of the loving man and the Ace of Cups, the 28. And those two men could be father and son as well, or, boss and their employee, but there's definitely a lot of affection between them. After hitting the jackpot, or aligning with a full house, or aligning with sudden wealth and home, with the King of Cups reversed, and the 6 of the King of Wands upright, it could be a Leo. As the clouds begin to clear, that King of Wands could be Leo, but there also could be a Gemini King of Swords there as well. And the King of Cups is the one to watch out for. He's the only one reversed. And is he reversed just because he's lost someone or he's grieving? That could be. But he's coming up as the only one reversed there. The 3 comes up here of abundant marriage, or mother, or Taurus, and loving man with family room complete, or now empty, and getting the place ready with Taurus and Pisces, or ready for a married couple, or a proposal by the 21st, or grounded by December. Or wise counsel reaping rewards and coming together at the altar after the labyrinth in the Emperor's courtship, or to create a stable home or environment. Or abundant bride and stable man, perhaps April 27th to 30th, unexpected income comes in, or a kickstart to exchange hands, or let's make a deal. The first card out here is the 24 of the Page of Cups and Swans, and the 35 ungrounded, or unanchored, or cutting ties to be freebird at 2:24, the Divine Feminine or Higher Self, and the Queen of Wands. The 20 of the 8 of Swords, and anxious about a public display of affection, an announcement or event, or release from judgment, a wake-up call. Perhaps a call from the Knight of Swords after the Queen of Swords is dealing with taking a risk to align, and loving children, now conceding to the Knight of Swords' light, or sending in the heavy hitters, or the big boys now, or young lovers, Queen of Swords and Knight of Swords, as he brings her joy, or their siblings, the Queen of Swords and Knight of Swords, in a one-to-one blood dance, or seen as flame or torch, getting their claws into them, causing the Knight of Swords anxiety. Daddy's girl loves a man with fear or anxieties, with a legacy to uphold, but a rat in their midst at 2:33, the feminine, and then the 33, which is the Christ vibration, which can reference someone not wanting to martyr themselves. The anxious man with ring and public space, or Garden of Eden. And then at 2:34, shut the door, the feminine and the energetic exchange, or arrows of love. The 12 is the hanging man with wise community of birds, or birds hanging out, reaping and dreaming together. The 34 of busy work, or occupied by the energetic exchange, or arrows of love, or lots of messages in transition with the Page of Swords, or as Mercury between Pisces and Scorpio, sowing the seeds of love. At 2:38, the Divine Feminine and the Queen of Cups, and the underlying energy of the Fool, who's freed from their lover or by them, or Aries and Gemini, Queen of Wands, with the Page of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, are offering to work if the Empress replies, or is willing to work with them, or kids hanging out with the Empress and Dark Knight, or message of a death or ending, and Taurus and Scorpio, or the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, changing positions to see if it works. And I was getting this energy of taking each other's jobs over so that they can have a better appreciation for what the other person is complaining about or talking about, right? Being able to walk in another's shoes. Or 2 sets of kids here. The Page of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, now offering love or kindness. Again, that could be the switching of the 2 people into different positions. Now offering love and kindness to make them happy, with Aries and Gemini, the driving force behind it. Perhaps a car, a ride or trip, or Cancer receives a few options, or Cancer Pisces path splits, or sister silent, offer of passion, or sitting on their choice until the Knight of Swords has something to say, or delivery of truth from the King of Swords instead. At 250, the Feminine and the Ten of Cups, happy family, as Teddy's having nightmares over there. The King of Swords is there in the underlying energy, with the Devil waving, which can be a Capricorn Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands who's upright, with the Knight of Wands rushing back from the Queen of Cups upright. The Queen of Wands Cappy is deciding to lay down their sword and be more loving to the Page of Wands and Knight of Pentacles, both reversed, so that the King of Swords will use their reputation, which precedes him, to connect, but then she walks away from the King of Swords with good intentions, but also wants to retain control over one fully exposed, or who marches to the beat of their own drum and who doesn't want to be controlled, obviously. Strong or pacifying and depressed. The Queen of Swords reversed are helping them to be strong, as the King of Swords is upright, perhaps staunch though, as Capricorn waves, the Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups are close. Perhaps they've been through the battle together, as the Hermit sends in the cavalry, or jumpstart to get them going again. And then it was 3 o'clock, which is, right, the crucifixion at 3 o'clock. And then this energy of a lot of 2s, which look like Z's, like someone's sleeping. So again, going to sleep at 3 o'clock to rise 3 days later. The 16 of the Queen of Cups and the Injustice, with the 9 of Pentacles reversed, or the Dependent, or their powerlessness, suffering in silence, or a sister who is unable to sleep, with the Magician reversed, manipulator, or Gemini reversed, or without the tools of or for the wounded warrior, or the victim, and the 6 of Cups upright, children, or soulmates, or to guard and protect the kids from the Magician reversed and their bad influence, or their manipulative influence, or someone without the tools or insecurities that they don't want to be poured onto the children. With the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Wands reversed, coming full circle with the Emperor, or Capricorn and Aries, as the King of Cups reversed is 1-1, with the King of Pentacles reversed and the King of Wands upright, over the Queen of Swords reversed, needing to heal or take their place. And I was getting not take their place as in replacing them, but this is someone who's arrogant, telling the woman to stay in their place. Or the King of Wands is upright to mediate the King of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed. Perhaps the King of Cups reversed is there as well, or discussing their case. 1-1, rat and hand and funnel, to group and child with energetic exchange between them, and the Queen of Swords reversed at 311, which is the Empress and the Justice of alignment. Sam 9 was also coming up. And Sam 9 is a suspicious activity monitoring solution. So again, protection against that kind of criminal activity. And they were talking about that program being selected by China-based SPD Silicon Valley Bank, SSVB. Samuel 9 also came up from the Bible, where Samuel anoints Saul. And it's microchip technology. But Sam 9 was also a Russian ship that looked like the shape of like a guitar pick. So the wings were like a moth instead of straight out like a normal plane. But it pretty much looked the same as a plane from the side, but from the top it looked like the shape of a pick or a moth, with then the propeller at the front. Called the Russian tailless Stella, or arrow, the leaf-shaped delta wing. So let's see what else comes up here. All right, so I have one more quick one I'll give you since I have it here at 119. Not too bad. All right, so this read here has the Lenormand Reverie Kipper deck at the top combined, and then Romance Angels, and then the Wild Unknown Animal Guidebook, and then my half deck of Rider-Waite, and then the Energy deck. I'll pull that in so you can see it better. Okay. So last one. These were pulled on the 30th, so yesterday, from 111 to 116. 11 of Justice, 13 of the Death card or Transition, the 14 of Angels and Temperance, Patience, 15 of the Devil, and 16 of the Tower. The cards at the end came up as 11131 and 11462, co-creating chaos, aligning with the Six of Cups, 2, with the number 131, which came up in Gematria as Andrea, Coca-Cola, left, Inanna, and 462, which came up with Istanbul, ... Get Out, Mask, Anon, Progress, Shapeshifter, Rothschilds, and Use Signal. This starts with the 22 and the official person, Chemistry, Fire Ants, the King of Wands, 22, and Yin Yang. The Fool's official person, Strong Magnetic Attraction, an event, drawing them to the middle, pulling it in, kind of like a whirlpool, kind of sucking it into the middle. The King of Wands taking the Fool's leap and finding balance. Fame, politics, and the Man of Passion in public. At 142, the Master and the Two of Cups. The underlying energy here was the 30 of the King of Swords and the mature, spiritual, peaceful union. The 3 of the Empress, or Mother Nature, and the 10 of Swords, blissful trip, or slip into a peaceful death. And again, that could be someone who was already on hospice or something like that. With the Dependent and Dance of Romance, Mid-Moon, the Journey of Balance, the 8 of Cups, and Walking Away Within, Through the Fire into the Frying Pan, the 5D Station, and officially ready to leap. At 152, the leap to the Queen of Swords, and the 38, 20, and 31, the Queen of Cups and a wake-up call, bridging the house and healthcare, with one card at the end, the 33, the Christ vibration, and again that energy of martyrdom perhaps, with the 8 of Pentacles working with the key to align and release, and the underlying energy of heart-to-heart conversations, the wedding, chemistry, and strong magnetic attraction here. To trust, and children are affecting your relationships, let your friends help you, you deserve love, and enthusiasm of the butterfly, little ones awakening, and the snake shedding their skin and vacuuming in. Again, that energy of the vortex. The spider, the tarantula, the octopus, and 8-legged friends swirling in the ocean, the earthquake, and chemistry. Spider in the web or the grid, work. Zeroing in on the spider caught in their own sticky web, with octopus teacher, the mainframe buzzing, as all 8 legs are working independently and need boundaries. Buffalo Bill plugged in to Rocky Raccoon, or a sting, as Phoenix rises from the ashes. At 2:30, the underlying energy of the feminine and the home or union is the Page of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles, driving with the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. Perhaps can't sleep, the Queen of Wands 1-to-1 with High Priestess or Sister, and the Knight of Swords and Knight of Pentacles divide and conquer to set Capricorn free, as the Page of Swords is stepping up to offer love to the wounded warrior, together with the Queen of Pentacles, or protecting their soulmate, as Dark Knight to Knight of Wands and King of Pentacles, with a choice to make, with Pisces and Virgo, or World and Advisor, Star and their team. She's all that, with the Hermit, Emperor, and the King of Wands all watching her every move. And that could be coming up with the movie Closer, too. Can't take my eyes off of you. The King of Wands with trust, bridges to cross, as the tiny ship was tossed, Lover's Magician, or all Gemini manifestation, or Virgo, too, with the Queen of Cups, justice and satisfied, the Empress with the Queen of Swords presenting the King of Cups, or the Queen of Cups and King of Cups in court, and the Empress and Queen of Swords between, or Taurus and Libra, and 3 kings here. At 2:39, the Feminine and the Knight of Cups, the underlying energy of the 29 in the world, the 49 and the Angel of Love, and the 22 of Yin Yang. Present, complete, and satisfied angel finding balance. And then the storm warning, number 10, with the 53 Magician in the mirror, the 45 of the man holding the heart, Destined Knight of Swords, grieving a broken heart, with the 9 Hermit, and the 20 of Envy of the Dark Mother, with Libra, Knight of Swords, and the Hermit, or Father and Son, and or Mother and Son, with Aries, Libra, Virgo, and Aquarius there. And Aries was coming in strong right there. So there's all your messages all caught up. Thank goodness. And yeah, I'm going to pull you a card now fresh from the Lover's Oracle. See what comes up for you now. And then we're going to go. It's 125-24, which is the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands, and the 1 of the Magician of the masculine energy, the leap from dot to dot, where the line is actually an arc. All right, so what is your message from the Lover's Oracle? Let's see what comes up here. It gets a little messy with these here. So we have the picture here. And give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. And the bottom of the deck here is don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. For it is only in beginning or in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So this is the underlying energy, prepping you for what's to come here. Very nice. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful for you, or at least that you enjoyed it. So remember your water, your rest, your joy, your nature, to follow your own guidance most of all, and remember to breathe every day very deeply. Rise and be loved, love and rise. I'll see you guys soon.